Hi, crafty friends. Irene here with Artemis Made, and I am really glad that you are here with me today. Thank you so much for joining me, as always. Welcome back if you have been here before. Um, if you are here perhaps because you are a fan of Stamp Wars, welcome. This is the Stamp Wars follow-up video. You may also be here because you're a fan of Craft Roulette. This is this week's Craft Roulette card. Or maybe you're a member of the Chaos Crew and you just want to hang out. Or maybe you're a fan of Trinity stamps. Even better, maybe all of the above. That's what this video is for. It's encompassing all of the things. And even maybe you are here because you want to learn how to make a flip fold card without all the fancy dies. That's what we're going to do today, and we're going to do that with all of the things that I mentioned before. So on Stamp Wars, we were tasked with using everything that was in the kit, except for this Hipster freebie set, which is the freebie for the month of June. So I wanted to do a follow-up video using this freebie. Now I'm pulling in the Emergency Card Essentials die set from also from Trinity Stamps, of course. This is die set number 1, created by Sarah Liz Staraska. And I am going to pull out the circle, the larger circle, and I show you here I'm using just a piece of copy paper, and I'm going to die cut out my circle. Now remember, we're doing a flip fold card and we're doing it without fancy dies. We're using basic dies, we're using just shapes and things like that. So if you have the fancy ones, hey, that's good on you. But a lot of us don't, so we are just going to do this manually. All right, so I'm using that large circle and I'm going to start by just folding it in half. And I should have drawn a pencil line down the center of this as well, but I forgot, and it's okay because I have the crease line so I can tell where the center is. And all you're doing with the circle, you're literally just folding it in half so that you can see where that center line is. Now I'm bringing in my T-square ruler and a pencil, and I am going to look and mark on my card base here 2 1/8 inch in from my left hand side. So I'm just marking it in a couple of spots so that I can make sure that I have a straight line, which I'm then going to connect with my T-square again and just make a light pencil mark. Now this is an A2 card base, so it's 5.5 by 8.5, but I am marking at 2 1/8 inch from the left hand side. Now I brought in the circle that I had die cut because it's going to serve as a template for where I'm going to die cut out of my card base itself. So the circle, we put it where we want it to go on the card base, lining up that center crease with the line that we drew. That's why we have that center crease in the middle of the circle, so we know it's exactly in the center. And then you're going to hold your die in place with some low tack tape. And this is where you got to kind of pay attention a little bit. You want to make sure that you're not going to cut through the entire circle. As long as you do this with your sandwich, your die cutting sandwich, and let it hang off of the side a little bit, it's only going to cut through the part that has the full sandwich covered. So where you've got the plastic, the plates on the bottom and on the top, that's where it's going to cut. Wherever it didn't have both plates, it's not going to cut. And so what we did here is cut just half of a circle. It's a semicircle. Now I'm pulling in my scoreboard and I'm scoring this at my middle part, which is 4 1/4 inches. And now I messed up right here, and you're going to see why in a minute when I realize it. But, it happens. We do it. So once you've got that put together, you're going to then erase your pencil line. And don't worry, that's not even going to be that noticeable. Actually, it won't be noticeable at all. All right, so then I scored, and then we're going to take that same piece that we scored and flip it backward. So you see, I scored my piece in the center, and then I took that front panel and I scored it backwards. Now this is where I realized I made a mistake. I did not mean to run my bone folder straight down the line. I meant to do from the top to the circle, then skip the circle and go from the bottom all the way to the edge. So I didn't want to put a score line right in the middle of my circle, but it ends up being totally fine here because we're going to cover that circle anyway. So not a big deal, but if you just wanted your circle to be the only thing that you see, you might want to consider not scoring right through the center of the circle because you don't need that there. So that was what I realized I kind of messed up. Oh, you hear my puppy barking? He's got a lot to say. All right, now I brought in a panel that I had already had in my stash that I made a while ago. This was made with alcohol ink, and then I also used gold foil and added some foil to the surface. I have a video coming out sometime soon-ish, explaining how that process works, but I had this panel ready to go, and I thought, you know what? I want to use it because I think it's kind of cool. So I am just cutting it in half. I literally cut it right in half. It's a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel, and I cut it in half. And I am going to adhere both sides, one to the outside or the left hand side of the circle, and then one underneath the circle on the right hand side of the card. So that circle is going to overlap that other piece. So you see how I kind of put it, it's sort of on the inside, but still visible from the outside. And so when I then close my card front, it's going to look like one seamless piece. So technically that's on the inside of my card, but you can still see it on the outside. And there you start to see that's how the flip fold works. So that panel that's on the outside, that circle, will then also be visible on the inside whenever you open the card. All right, so I'm going to pause here for a second, show you the markers that I'm using. I pulled some colors that I thought would look good with the alcohol ink panel that I had, and I am going to just have some fun with coloring. Now, we're going to speed through this because I'm not the fastest colorist in the world, and I don't want to keep you here all night watching me hem and haw and decide what to do and where to put shadows and all that stuff. So we're just going to kind of fast forward through that part. But first, I'm going to ink up my little hipster here. How cute is this anatomically adorable set? I mean, I'm obsessed with everything Trinity does. Full disclosure, I'm on the design team, but I loved everything before I was on the design team. Trinity just has such incredible stamps and dies, and just they're just so much fun. And this is a free set, friends. So if you place an order every single month that is at least $50, you will automatically have the freebie of the month, assuming that, of course, um, supplies are still available. But it is not just a free stamp set, because I know there's a lot of companies out there that are generous and give free stamp sets, which is wonderful. But Trinity also gives you the die. How cool is that? So you get the free stamp and you get the die that goes with it. I love that. And this year, we are collecting our anatomically adorable stamp and die sets. So the month of June has the hipster set, and that's this little cutie pie right here. And all of the sentiments that go with these little sets are so punny and so funny. And I think this particular one would be great for somebody like my mom who just had hip surgery. So this is a great kind of set for somebody who maybe just had a procedure done, or maybe somebody who's just under the weather, or maybe somebody who appreciates a pun because they are, hey hipster, like a cool person like you see here. Hey hipster. So, all right. So here I just am using the inner circle, and I cut out my hipster, lining it up so that I still have room at the top for a little bit of a sentiment. Now you see me here. First I put the larger circle on the gold and the smaller scallop circle on the black, and then I realized, nah, I think I'm going to like it the other way. So instead I do the scallop circle on the gold and that larger circle on the black. Now that circle is the same one that we used to cut out our template and to cut out the hole from the card base. So that is going to completely cover that circle cutout that we have on the card base. Now I'm going to take these together, and I will adhere them together off camera a little bit later, but that's the idea that I'm going for here, is to just have a nice stacked up circle just like this. And I am actually taking the little this little circle. I keep wanting to call it a medallion. I guess it kind of looks like a medallion now, doesn't it? It's like the award that you get for going through hip surgery. Like, here you go. Here is your reward. You made it through hip surgery. So anyway, so I took my little hey hipster sentiment here, and I'm gonna ink it up. This is my favorite black ink. It's the Lisa Horton's Cloud 9 Solid Black Detail ink. I'm obsessed with it. I've been telling everyone about it. I'm sure if you watch my videos, you've heard me talk about it. I love it. Anyway, so I'm stamping up my hey hipster, and I am also using my Trinity pickup tool there. It has so many multi-purposes. I use it sometimes if my paper is stuck to my Misty grip mat. I use it to just poke up my paper without bending anything. So anyway, I adhered my circles here off camera, and I also used some foam tape behind the actual hipster part just for a little bit of added dimension. So all I'm doing is taking that little conglomeration of circles and covering the circle that was on the card base. Now I'm pulling in the die set here called Oh So Spooky Gnome, and this is because for Craft Roulette this week, one of the parameters was to add a bow. And so or I think it was, yeah, add a bow. So I am pulling in a bow that is not necessarily going to make sense here, but you know what? We don't need it to make sense. We just need it to be cute, and it certainly is that. So I have this little bow from the gnome die set, and I'm putting it on the hipster's quote unquote hair. Not that we necessarily want hairy hips. I don't know, but it does look really cute. So it's like a little festive bow, maybe again for your medallion, for your celebratory congratulations on your surgery medallion. So I am putting the little bow together. I die cut another piece in black just to give it a little bit extra dimension and stability there. And I'm going to glue it right onto my hip. But I'm also showing you, because I just am having fun doing this, showing you how the flip fold works, because it's just fun to do. It's fun to open it and play with it and see how the mechanism works. It's really so simple. Truly is so, so simple. Now, I didn't get to show this on Stamp Wars, but that's because we had a whole lot of fun playing with the Carrie Rhodes set, the Froyo Friends die set, and all the accoutrement that came with that bundle. It is phenomenal. I was so blown away by Carrie's incredible talent and her ability to design such a cool set. So it was really fun playing with it. Now, I'm also pulling in my Astronomical Gnomes stamp set only because I want to use that sentiment that says happy belated birthday. Because again, one of the parameters for Craft Roulette this week was time or clock. So I figured, I mean, birthday, that's relative to a time, right? But also belated. So the belated to me definitely reads as time because, oops, I missed your birthday. So that is where I'm bringing in the time element. So I wanted to show you here how I am stamping the sentiment inside my card, and you notice I'm still keeping it behind that circle. So as I'm straightening it here, I'm keeping an eyeball on where that circle is to make sure that when my card is closed, that everything is covered, which it would be anyway, but I just, for symmetry's sake, I wanted to make sure that it was behind the circle as well. And so this is pretty much where we're going with this. So we have now the last finishing touch to add, and I'm pulling in some of the world famous Trinity embellishments. Trinity has so many incredible embellishments. These are the black dots confetti, and they are flat and they are glossy black. And I go for my sparkle spots because, oh gosh, I love the sparkle spots. But you know what? I thought that these needed some love too. And I kind of like that they add an additional layer of that gloss without being too much, because I didn't want to do the sparkle on top of all of that foil. You can see it shimmery and shiny and all that. So I just wanted to add those simple circles that have a little bit of their own shine, but they let the rest of the piece speak for itself. So here is the final project, friends. Thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to Nancy and to Tracy from the Foiling Snobs Club for inviting me back to Stamp Wars. Thank you to Tanisa and Carrie from Trinity Stamps for the honor of representing Trinity on Stamp Wars. Thank you to my co-guest, Tara, from Mayhem Crafty Cards. And thank you all of you for supporting all of us. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you also for supporting Trinity Stamps. They are an incredible company and so worthy, just like so many of our small businesses, of our continued business and of our support. So thank you so very much, everybody. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.